Hey, welcome everyone. It's Rick again. I'm doing a live on Saturday afternoon. Today I'm going to try a Winsor&Newton acrylic paints. These they also sell these at Michael's. I bought three and got two free. They got some special going on right now, but all the paints I'm using today are Winsor&Newton acrylics. I mixed the sap green with some yellow and yellow ochre here, black for the dark trees. This is cobalt blue with some white in it, orange ochre. I took a little yellow ochre, put some red in it. But anyway, this is all Winsor&Newton acrylic. And I sketched a little cabin in here. I don't know if I'm going to put that in there. I might. We'll see what happens. But I just want to try and get people to subscribe if you've never tried to do a landscape before with acrylic paints. Let's give it a try. I'll try and do it really simple and explain it the best I can. And it's okay to sketch out some mountains on there if you want. I like to do it on the fly, but today I sketched it up there. In fact, I bought a notebook where I can go and sit in nature and sketch out certain scenes that I like. And then when I come back here to the studio, I'll have the ideas. I'll have a whole bunch of them I can do. But I'm going to get started with the sky. I'm just using a little water as to wet my brushes and also to clean them. And that's what's good about acrylic paint. You don't need any chemicals to clean your paint up, and it's not as messy as oil paint. So I'm gonna have a bluish gray sky. I already mixed some blue here. Let's see if I like the color. Sometimes it's hard to get the right color in the sky going. You just gotta experiment. Go out there and take some pictures and then see if this looks like the sky out there in nature. Because if you get it too bright, it won't look that good. So I'm gonna put some gray up here. I think I'm gonna have some gray clouds in here in the scene. And when I put my white clouds up here, it'll look good on this gray part of the sky there. So what I'm doing now is just blocking in the color. Okay, I'm probably gonna put this color down all the way, and then we'll start putting things in there. Putting some trees and snow on the mountains. Maybe put a log cabin in there at the end. We'll see. I'm using a filbert brush. This is a number 12 filbert brush. It's just a regular acrylic brush. Easy to buy at Michael's. If you got a Michael's or any art store you got near your house. I'll probably do most of this painting with this one brush, so you don't need very many brushes to get started. Just a couple, and then a knife. This type of knife is the best for mixing your paint. It's also good for putting snow up on the mountains here. It's perfect. The perfect knife. And if you've probably all seen the Bob Ross videos, but he uses oil paint. So this technique isn't it's not like the technique Bob uses, because that's oil paint. It's a lot harder to learn. I think acrylic's pretty cool because if you want to sell this painting, you can sell it today if you wanted to, because it dries pretty fast. So that's one of the downsides to acrylic paint. It dries fast, and you gotta blend as you go. If you want to blend two colors, you gotta be ready to get the colors blended really quickly. I'm lightening up this lower part here. If you subscribe to the channel, you go to my channel, and I've got a lot of videos on there where I explain in detail what you'll need, and I got some really good landscapes for. They look hard when you glance at them. You're going to think, well, I can't do that. But once you get going, you're going to see, if you use this method, you're going to be able to do it. You'll see how easy it is, okay? I have some distant mountains back here that are just a light gray. So I'm going to put those in first. You can kind of see with my layout here, I want to have some kind of pathway where these people probably get up and they can walk out to the mountains there. And then I'm going to have a stream down here where they can go fishing. I'm going to put these mountains in a little darker, so I'm going to add a little black to the gray. I'll list the colors in the description once this thing loads up. I don't like to put all the too much in the description right away, because sometimes the video doesn't work. And if I spend too much time with the description, I waste a lot of time. So I wait to the very end to make sure it loads up and make sure the video is working. Let's see how that's looking so far. Pretty good. Pretty good. You can see how I'm doing these mountains. I'm trying to put these that are closer to us in front of those, so that those look way in the back. Okay. Put a bunch of peaks up here. This color that I'm putting on right now is it's just a quick color to put underneath the base color. So you don't have to put this on perfect just yet, because I'm going to put more color over this color. This is just to get the idea of the painting down with some color. And you'll see in a little bit how the color of these mountains change. So basically, all you got to do right now is just put some dark color in the mountains right now. I'm going to try and lighten it up here when I go over the cabin, because I don't want to lose the cabin. I never put cabins in my paintings. I thought I'd give it a try today. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try and paint around the cabin so I don't lose it. There we go. Good enough. Pretty good. So down, if you see here, I got some groundwork that's all going to tie in with the ground of the house here. This is a hill here though, so this will be a little lower than this. I think I'm going to put some green grass in here that the house is sitting on. So I think I'm going to start with some yellow ochre in the back. Yellow ochre. Mix a little burnt umber in there. I'm just going to put some of that yellow ochre back here. Just like that. I'm just getting color down right now. That's kind of wet. I wet my brush kind of quite a bit, so I kind of blend it down a little bit. Now I want to put some green grass around the house. I'm going to use that light green that I got. And we'll put some grass in here. Mix it up into some of that yellow ochre. A very light coat of the green. It's going to change. This is just the underpaint. Very good. Back here I'm going to make this all grab a little white first. And a little yellow on there. That's all right. I want to make that all brown, so I'm going to get a little bit of my burnt umber on my brush. Blend some of it up into the mountains here. Burnt umber, it's like a brown, it is a brownish color. This is going to be a green hill here coming down. So what I'm going to do is take this light green and I'm going to mix some blue in it to make it a little darker. Cobalt blue. That way the grass is getting darker as it gets closer to us. Put a green hill here. I'm gonna have a lot of trees on here, so look at that. It's a nice green. I just took that light green and added blue to it to darken it up. So this is going to be a river down here. I'm going to go ahead and put the water in right now with the blue that I used in the sky. So I'm going to grab some of that blue, maybe put a little gray in it, like a bluish gray. Let's put this river in here. Look at that. Look at that scene already. It's looking pretty good. I hope I can do that log cabin. I think I'm going to put the log cabin in right now with some light gray. I'm going to take some gray here and lighten it up. And just block in, I'm going to block in the cabin real quick. Just block it in. It's going to have snow on it, and it's going to be made out of wood logs, so this is going to be a back deck back here with some maybe some wood underneath it, like that. There we go. Very good. It's looking good. A little tired today, but I'll get through this. I'm going to mix some burnt umber and yellow ochre, more on the darker side, and I want to put some dirt down here around the river. Just put the color in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Trying to get all the color in the underpaint. And maybe some dirt on this side of the river. And I'll have some bushes down here when it's all said and done. But there you go. That's how easy it is to get started. The whole idea of this painting is pretty much in right now. Once I start putting trees in the snow, it's really going to take on a different appearance. So right here I want to have a bank. So I'm going to mix a little brown with some black to make it really dark. And this is going to end up being the bank underneath. I'm just going to put it in dark right now. And then I'll highlight it with the knife. It's going to be where the sun's not quite hitting on that bank, okay? And then the water will be down here at the bottom. The bushes will be up on top here, okay? It's looking pretty good. Right now, what I like to do sometimes, I usually do it as I go because this is already dry. I would have mixed a little bit of white, like right on the top here, to lighten up some of the areas of this hill, but I didn't do it to give the hill some, so you can see different humps in there, but I'm going to put my pathway in real quick from way back there. Actually, I'm going to do the snow now in the mountains. So once I get this up here, it's going to look like a landscape. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to put pure white up there, so I'm going to grab a little gray and put it in some white to darken it up a little. It'll still look white, but it's not going to be bright white. And I'm going to use this for the mountain where the sun is hitting, or where the light is hitting these mountains. I'm going to start off really small on each peak on the right side. Just pull a little bit of color down. I'm going to create as many peaks as I can up here. You just want to let the knife slide down slowly and let some of the color show through there. The color underneath, okay? Just lightly, see how I'm leaving some of the color underneath? Just lightly touch the canvas and then let your knife flow across it really slow. See how this one's in front now? I'm going to separate this one a little more from that one in the back. So this one looks like it's in front of that one. And I'm going to put a little more color on this one. And maybe put a hill here. Look at that. Doesn't that look like cool mountains already? This side here, I'm going to hit the side in the middle here. Separate these two peaks. Put some color down at the bottom here. Very good. I like that. Now I'm going to use a different type of knife, and I like to have pathways in my painting. So I'm going to use this different type of knife. It's almost like an extended triangle. I'm going to run the pathway from way back here and up in front of the cabin. I'm going to put a little brown in that same color I just used up here on the mountains. It's going to be like a brownish gray color. So let me run a pathway back here. You just got to put it on the very tip of the paint, the knife, and then I'm going to wiggle in a pathway. Doesn't have to be perfect because the eye is going to fill it in. Okay. That's all you need. Maybe this needs a little darker back there, but you can see that there's a pathway coming now. Now I'm going to run the pathway up onto this other hill. Maybe I'll bring it to the water, down to this water. Just like that. I'll have a little pathway coming from the house to this pathway. Maybe around the house. Like that. It's looking pretty good. Let's put some I'll put some color on this side of the mountain now. I use a paper towel in my hand to wipe off the brushes and the knife. I'm going to mix some white and blue. It's going to be a light grayish blue color for the shady side of this mountain here. And I'm just going to hit left of wherever I put snow. I'm going to put a little bit of this bluish gray color. And I'm not covering all the gray. Because I kind of like that dark, I like the dark look actually. I want to get some more color on the painting so it doesn't look all gray up there. There we go. Good enough. Pretty good. I like those mountains. I'm going to put some mist down here now if I can. I want it to look like there's some fog. So I'm going to clean my brush off, and it's still a little wet. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white on my brush and maybe dab it down a little bit. And I'm going to come in here at the bottom and kind of blend some white at the bottom of the mountain here. Bring it up a little. Over here too. Just a little white is all you need. And kind of wash it in there at the bottom. It'll hopefully look like mist. And we can darken it up in a little bit too if we want. I'm going to get my fan brush. I'm going to use an oil fan brush and put some trees over here now. Let me move my camera. I hope that log cabin comes out good. I'm going to put some trees back here behind the cabin. Some bushes here. And then I think I'm going to put, let's put some regular trees here. Like, maybe I'll mix a few evergreen trees in there, but we'll put just these like round top trees. Yeah. I'll put evergreens on the other side. I'll have some regular trees over here. And very carefully, I'm going to put some trees at the bottom of this mountain here. Coming down. And over here. They'll end up looking like trees. I'll put a few evergreen trees over here now. Put some bushes down here. Yeah, let's put some trees here. Not sure how tall to make them. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Well, I'll put one here at an angle. And that'll be enough trees on this side. Let that bush show through there. Look at that. Pretty easy, huh? We lower this down a little. Pretty easy scene, huh? Now over here, I'm going to have bushes on top of the water here, all the way across. Just use a fan brush, and these are perfect for bushes. You can stamp them in and get some texture going. See that? Now we got a row of bushes on that side. This is going pretty quick now that I see what I want. And we're going to have some bushes coming across this side. I'm wetting my brush just a little so the paint goes further. Just a little bit of in the water. Now, if you put bushes in like this, take your brush while it's wet at the bottom and pull to the left. You're going to create some groundwork. This side you could pull to the right. Maybe create like some hills in here, okay? Doesn't that look cool? Look at that. Look at those bushes. That looks pretty good. I'm going to grab a little bit of white on my brush right now and hit just the bottom of some of these bushes just to lighten it up underneath the bushes there so we can see what's going on. And then wipe your brush off with a paper towel and use this fan blender brush and blend it down. Look at that. That looks amazing. I'm going to put a few more bushes like right here in the corner. All right, good. I don't like this brown here, so I'm going to fill it in with bushes. I'll show you what I'm going to do on this bank now. I'm going to start with yellow ochre. See what that does. It's very light though. And pull straight down from underneath those bushes. Straight down. Just a little bit of color on the knife. Just like how you do the snow up there. Just pull it down. Doesn't have to be a lot. Okay, now I'm going to grab some white. In the same fashion, but very little white, just in some places. Just like that. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to line the bottom of my river now with some water. And get it to flow down here. It's looking pretty good. I'm not sure if I want the log cabin in there. Let me put the log cabin in now. See how it comes out. It's not a snow scene, but I'm gonna put snow on the top anyway. I mix a little bit of brown and orange ochre. It's not my strong suit. I've always wanted to do a log cabin. Some windows there. Put a chimney. Put some smoke coming out of there. It's not my strong suit, as you can tell. There we go. I'll work on it more once I shut the camera off, but that looks pretty good so far. I'm going to swipe some color in this grass here, create some shadows. This is that sap green and black I made just out here in the grass. Create some shadows. And you can do it down here as well. Around the house. Just to get some shadows going in there. Where's our light coming from? We could put some a shadow behind the house there. That'll look cool. I'm going to highlight these bushes now. I'm going to put a little white in my light green and highlight these bushes with some really light green. Kind of tall, the bushes, so you're going to have to barely tap them. So you want some of the dark color to show through. Not bad. Create a bunch of bushes back there. Trying to hurry. You can use any color you want to highlight. I just used a light green here. Looks pretty good. Bunch of bushes. I'm going to highlight these trees. With a little bit, it's a darker, I just put some white in this dark color that I used for the evergreen trees. Just a little bit of white in this sap green and black. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. Trying to rush. Let's see where I'm at. 50 minutes. Like I said, it's not the best log cabin, but I'll work on it once I shut the live off. Put some trunks on those trees. This is looking pretty good. If you cover up the log cabin, it's a pretty good scene out there. Some trees. It's looking pretty good. Let me put some logs underneath here. Lumber. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. That's why I never put, that's why I don't put like log cabins in my scene, because you know they have to look straight. They take a little more time to put in. But to hide the bottom, you can put bushes in front on the side of the house here. Just like that. It's looking good. I'll work on it a little bit. Put a little smoke coming out. All right, let's do some clouds. I think once the clouds are in, it's gonna look a lot better. So this is the first time I'm using this kind of paint, so I think it's working out okay. I've used the Winsor&Newton oil paint quite a bit. Let me just put a cloud over the top of this mountain here. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm a little tired, I guess, today. I actually have the day off today, but I've got to go in tomorrow. There's a lot of different ways I do clouds. This is kind of a cool way by just stamping in the top part of the cloud and then pulling the bottom. You get a nice looking cloud, okay? It looks really like an accumulus cloud. Just stamping your brush, the filbert brush. It has a round top on it. Keep pushing it in till it fades out at the bottom. And then take your brush and blend in the bottom into the blue. Just like that. It'll create like a shadow underneath. See that? Isn't that a nice looking cloud? Really easy. These clouds down here, if you make them small, they'll look like they're way in the distance with those mountains back there. Okay, don't make them too big down in this area. I'm going to put one in that corner now over this gray, I think. Maybe just at the top. Coming out into the middle. And then just at the bottom, pull it to the left. Very easy. Look at that. Looks pretty good. I kind of like it. I think I'm going to end it there and I'll finish it up. And I'll post the results on the community page. I really want to get the cabin looking a little better. Make it look more like it's old. Like with wooden planks and stuff like that. Wow. I really like that. Don't forget to put, if you do this, put some twigs in your bushes. I'm going to highlight these bushes a little more with some different colors. But you'll see the finished painting on the community page. I also like to use some white for white twigs down here, especially over these evergreen trees. It looks cool with the white twigs. Okay, just a little. This came out pretty good down here. I still have to work this ground a little bit and the water a little bit and fix the cabin. And yeah, there's still a lot to do. But that gives you a good idea of how good that paint is, Winsor&Newton. I think it's okay. Not the best example. That wasn't too easy of a painting. It was actually pretty hard. There's a lot to it. But let's see if there's anybody on today. Peggy's on. Hey, how you doing, Peggy? Yeah, that's actually my first like building I've put in the wilderness. But I'm getting a little hungry, and I want to change some of the color of these bushes down here. Yellow ochre's usually pretty good to highlight these bushes. They look really good with the yellow ochre. I'll probably do that because I shouldn't have made them all. I shouldn't have made them all green, but when you're in a hurry, that's what happens. But look at the hill. When you just add a little dark color to the green, it turns them into a nice hill there. That's pretty wicked. All right. Thanks, Peggy. Thanks for watching again. You got a new AC heater at 10 o'clock, huh? Last night? Yeah, I've never used the water mixable oil paint. I've never used it, but maybe this summer, when the summer comes around again, when I can paint outside again, I'll give that stuff a try. I just noticed how, you see how the white just kind of melts into the color. So sometimes you got to keep hitting the white because it will fade into the color underneath. It's like I said on these clouds, you can always come back and re-hit the tops with a brighter white. Because I did lose the smoke coming out of the chimney there. But there, it's back. All right. Thanks for watching, Peggy. We'll see you in the next video.